What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. Link could be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled The Nipsy Hussle Situation. This is going to be a bit of a conversation, folks. First and foremost, unfortunate that the man got killed. That's just first and foremost. I'm just using this situation as a proxy for some other things. First, this is one of the difficulties of being half in and half out in the streets. Not saying he was like active, but because he was always repping, you kind of half in and half out. And they got people 10 toes down who got issues. I don't know what happened out there per se. I don't know how L.A. gangs work. I know how gangs work because, Chicago got a lot of gangs. Now, the thing about it is this. It could be a situation where somebody just was out of pocket and did something unnecessary. Or it could be a situation where it was retaliation for something and he was the target. You don't know. But the problem is this. When people talk about, brothers being in the streets and then turning their lives around and making a difference in the community, he did that. Becoming entrepreneurs and business owners, he did that. And what happened? And this is why some people leave and don't come back. Because even when you're trying to do your part, people can't even grasp that part of it. They got to be on whatever they on at the time. So, issue number one, really. So when you start asking people, why you ain't come back, why you ain't, do this, why you don't come do this and that, situations like this. He's just an example. He's just a famous example. It sucks, but it is what it is. The other part that's the bigger issue, gangs. See, as much as people want to glorify gangbanging, it's all dysfunctional and degenerative. Because you can't even... Because this is what it's going to be blamed on is gangs. And that's the problem. A lot of these gangs don't protect themselves, their members, or provide. The guy that was providing for everybody, for a good amount of people, was unprotected. Sucks. Now the problem with that is this. Because I saw somebody post, man, I ain't felt like this way since Tupac died. Tupac was supposedly blood at the time. Nipsey's a Crip. So, it's always going to look at as gang related. So it's going to be looked at as gangs can't see another gang win. See what I'm saying? This is this eye for an eye, player hater mentality. And that's really the root cause of this stuff. Because if somebody else is winning in the streets, you ain't winning, so they got to be a target. Another thing that's going to be an uncomfortable conversation. I didn't realize this until yesterday. He's Eritrean. So for all the people who on the ADOS thing, there's going to be another, issue of people who aren't ADOS here. 21 Savage thing goes this is a 21 Savage situation that's actually violent. You know, the Cardi B type thing's going too far. You know, the Nicki Minaj thing's going too far. The Tekashi 6ix9ine, because everybody jumps into hip hop culture and just says it's black culture, and we say, you know, all those people ain't really black. So you blame this on black people and black culture if you're from another group, but your people are actively coming here participating in this. Because to be perfectly honest, you volunteer for gang life. You don't. It's not really pressed upon you like that. You know, even in the harshest of environments, at some point you gotta make the call to say I'm gonna do it. So that's the thing, you know. I gotta take it somewhere else. For all of you folks, when T.I. said, you know, this is on your watch. You know, all the guys that's the gangsters, when the young lady got beat up in Dallas, this is on your watch. Once again, to the gangsters, this is on your watch. Now, what do I mean by that? A lot of these situations could be averted and avoided with a couple of phone calls, having a couple of conversations. Sometimes even, you know, maybe breaking people off or doing business with people. Pretty much. And then, you know, squash it. But I'm sure he got friends and he got family who feel like they could have done something or they could have prevented it, and it sucks in that position. And I feel for y'all folks like that, cause, you know, it's too, you know, you can't predict. The street life is unpredictable, so you can't necessarily predict when somebody goes do something. Now, past all that, they had a young dude on Instagram riding around talking about he killed him and whatnot. This is a problem, and I seen this back in the day when the leaders wound up going to jail, getting life and getting long sentences, and then the young boys started coming up, and all the rules and codes were just broken down. It was a fend for themselves type of thing. These young cats would do anything because they're young, not necessarily. As far as maturity and thinking things through, they're just rash. But here's the problem. If he did it, Instagram can't save you. Because what you did was low key say you did it. To let everybody know that you did it. To protect yourself from being a target. You ain't do it to get credit. Because if, like the dude said in the video, you know, everybody saw me. So he did that. So if he come up missing, you know, so you want to be in the streets, but you don't want to deal with the consequences. Okay, all right. On the other hand, if he didn't do it and he just got on Instagram and said that, you need to catch one for that too. Because that's nothing to play with. That's not funny. That's not a joke. That's not nothing to clout chase. You know. The reason I said that is because a lot of hitters aren't that bright. Okay? Mistaken identity shootings, wrong car shootings. They don't really take into consideration. They don't look at people and, you know, it just went downhill. You don't look at who your target necessarily is. Y'all ain't rolling up on close on people. Y'all just dumping off and just going. It's been like that for a very long time. Hitting the wrong person for the wrong reason and oops, my bad. But now you're trying to get a rep off of that after the fact. Like, this is one of the problems. You know? And it bothers me. I would say that it bothers me because, you know, if, you know, cat like that, he get locked up, he done. he gonna turn snitch and turn trick real fast. And I'm trying not to cuss. And ultimately, for all you people out there who say you come from the hood, it's cool to say rest in peace and all that other stuff. I understand that. But some of y'all acting like y'all don't know how it go down if you've been in the streets. I'm not feeling that. Just me personally, that's not your issue, but that's just my issue. I'm not feeling that. If somebody's in the streets, whole way or halfway, this is happened. This is what happens. And some of y'all acting like y'all don't get it. Like when people run around with the RIP t-shirts and free my t-shirts and all that. Once you get in that life, you know what it is. I feel sorry for his family, for his kids. That sucks. But for all you people, oh man, it's this, that. No, I don't want to hear that, man. Cause y'all know what it is. Don't unless cause some of y'all been acting about being as hood as y'all say y'all are. Cause y'all know the price of doing business. And when people say, you got to be willing to die for your set, they not playing. I don't advocate it, but they not playing when they say that. And if you really from a hood, you really know that. But I'm done with this one, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Catch you on the next one, man. I'm out.